Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll see a simple use case app which uses multiple shinyjs functions. First, the data will be read from a web URL. While the data is being read, a text message will appear telling the user data reading the data from web. Also, the save dataset button is disabled. You can see that now the text message is no longer appearing. That means the data read is completed. Also, the save data set button is now enabled, and if I click on this, it should write the data to my working directory. Also, once the process is completed, it will throw me a message saying file is saved. Let me click on the button. Okay, file is written and it says file saved, thanks for using the app. Let's look at the code. I am in the ui.r and I have got these bunch of headings. I initialize saying use shinyjs to tell Shiny that we have got bunch of shinyjs functions which we are going to use. Then I've got the heading. Remember this heading, reading the data from the web. And I'm defining the ID for it, p1, because I'm going to use this based on some conditions in server.r. Then I've got the action button, which is the save dataset button, and in the beginning it should be disabled, so I'm using the disabled function from shinyjs to disable when the app is run. Let's go to server.r. In server.r, I'm going to use an additional library data.table. This is we are going to use the freed function to read the data. In the shiny server function, I've got URL object. I've defined it by giving the URL of the site from where I need to download the data or read the data. Then I'm saying my data equals freed followed by URL separator. So this will read the data from the given URL and it will store that data in my data object. The reason I have used freed here is to reduce the data read time. Next, I have got some conditions here. Is .null my data? If my data object is reading the file and it has not completed the reading of data, return nothing. But if the file read is completed, then hide p1, which is nothing but hide that message, the heading reading the data, and also enable the save button. Next, we have got the observe event. If the button is clicked, if the save button is clicked, what we need to do? We need to write the data to working directory. Make sure that you have set your working directory before you run this app. Also, the key here is I have to calculate how much time it takes to write the file, because I'm going to use that in the delay shinyjs function. I have to delay the alert message. I don't want the alert message until the file is written to my working directory, and that's why I have to calculate the time lapse. How I am doing that is I have put one sys.time function here just before the write.csv and another sys.time function here after this write.csv. Now after subtracting, I should get the time lapse. Then I multiply it by 1000 to convert in milliseconds. I put a delay. In the argument, I'm passing this time lapse and saying that after this time period, means after the file is completed, throw the alert message, file saved, thanks for using the app.